Peter Obi is one Igbo or a presidential candidate from the Southeast. However, we have not seen any major Igbo name behind him. Just a few, VIPs that you can say they're supporting him. His base has been an organic growth kind of people, oriented movement. Does it bother you that at a time that people would think that it will only be fair if the Southeast is able to produce a president, and they found somebody that you attest, is exemplary? But will it bother you that no big Igbo name of the Southeastern Nigeria has come out openly and boldly to queue behind his candidacy?
I am not surprised. And it wouldn't bother me, even a single minute. Because a system will select its own people. Even in Charles Darwin's world, the survival of the fittest, it is those who are fitted to the environment that is emerging that always survive. And in a political environment like this, it is only people who share your vision about tomorrow that will naturally aggregate around you. They say that the position of the ego provides envy and jealousy in the kite, because the kite can never assail to the soaring height of the ego, if you get my drift. Some of these people think that once they say power should come to the Southeast, they will position themselves to do what they had always known how to do best, how to kill the interest and motivation and the future of the Southeast, and sell the thing on a platter of selfish aggrandizement. And here you see a young man. Yes, I use that word very advisedly. You might say Peter Obi is 60 or whatever. It is not so much about the number. You see the vitality. You see the way he thinks. Does it not surprise you, if you want to use the word surprise, that every effort, frenetic effort is made to bring some of these characters on television to always say that Peter Obi will not win? If Peter Obi does not win, will he die? Is it a family issue? If he cannot win, then let him go. Just who says that the other parties or the other candidates will necessarily win? But the truth of the matter is that the war is psychological. Very, very psychological. And unfortunately, those who are involved in psychological war are not versed in psychology, both as a discipline and its practice. Because we know that it is only the man who has the ball that is tackled in a football tournament. And the tackle becomes very vicious if the price is very, very high. Those people who don't understand should watch the World Cup. The point we are making, when you hear Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that, Peter Obi this, it is a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. So people say, but he was in PDP. He came from Abga. Would he have come from the moon? When you are a leader and when you were a follower, the difference is clear. Peter Obi has shown that his interest is to deliver this country from these unproductive elements who are interested in wasting our assets in the same way they have wasted their lives. Because many of them have wasted their lives, and so they see politics as the only means of income. Politics is not a vocation. Politics is service. It's a vehicle through which you serve the society by way of giving back based on what you have been and from which you got from the society.
All right.
It is not a vocation. There's a professional politician. No.
All right.
You serve, and you serve in humility, because power speaks most volumes when it is exercised with humility. In essence,
yes,
what I'm saying is that nobody misses those characters who are not endorsing Peter Obi. And we can see that those who are there endorsing are not doing well, because the more they endorse them, the more they lose credibility.